intro. Robbie here with another break, and this time I got some wheat pennies that I got from Ravenhawk Coins. He gives away bushels of wheat pennies, so I thought I would search through these and then show you how I store my pennies, because that seems to be my number one question when it comes to coins, is how do I store my pennies? So I'm going to do is I got these 3 little bushels here that he gave me. I'm going to search through them, see if we find anything fun and exciting, or if they're just commons, but we'll still search through them. And then I'll show you, once I do that, how I stack them, how I store them, and how I make it easy for me. So let's get in the first bushel here, and I'm going to sort this one out and bring you back and show you the highlight. All right, here is the summary of that first batch. Nothing too special. We did end up with 10 from the 50s, 8 from the 40s, and we got 2 nice 1936s. No DDOs on these. For the 36 Philadelphias, you got to look for the DDOs. So, the only nice thing about this, there's quite a bit of San Franciscos and like the ones from the 40s and early 50s. So that's kind of nice. San Franciscos are always harder to find. So I'm just going to quick do these. So nothing special. We'll just keep on going. And here's bushel number 2. So I will search this one and bring you back on that one. All right, here is bushel number 2, and again, nothing too exciting here. We actually ended up with 14 from the 50s, 5 from the 40s, and we did get 1 from the 30s. That's very nice 1934 Philadelphia, so we'll count that. Again, I'm just adding them up, just doing a quick summary. We'll do bushel 3 here. I'll set these aside up there, and then once I do that, I'll show you how I sort my wheat pennies and go through there. I will be right back and give you a summary of that third bushel. All right, bushel number 3. It pretty much was a 40s bushel. 19 of the 20 were actually from the 40s. The majority of them were 1946s, so very nice. We'll take that. So now that I have all 3 bushels sorted, I am going to put these back up there, and I am going to show you how I do my wheat pennies on my Indian heads from 59 older. So I will show you that, and then I'll show you how I stack all my rest of my stuff, and my special pennies, albums, and all that. So give me a minute, I'll sort this up, and we'll get to how I sort them and separate them. So we'll be right back. All right, now that I have all my wheat sorted, I'm going to show you a little trick, and I'm going to be the first to admit I stole this from someone else, and I'm going to give him credit. JW on YouTube, JW Coins. Look him up. He's the one that did this, and I thought, that's a great idea. So what I do for my wheat pennies is, and it's heavy, I bought a whole case of BCW coin or tubes for the year. So this is how I do it. I have everything from 1959. This one's up to 1919. I actually have another box that's older than 1919 that goes up to the Indian cents, 1857. So this is how I do it. Again, those Avery labels, look them up. I can give you a link if you're interested. You just buy the bunch, and it has a code on there. You just go to avery.com, put the code in, they give you the template. You type all it in here, and I just slap the sticker on there. So it's all separated, as you know, from 54 and earlier. They did San Francisco, Denver, and Philadelphia. So all I do is just then stack them up. So I'm going to set this aside and give you an example. So here is my 1959 Denver, since we got the most of those. I'm going to put this back because this is hogging up the whole desk. So put that away. So that's how I stack my wheat cents. And so once I get a full tube like this 1957, and I have some extras here too, I then roll it up. So I will go through this whole roll and pull out the normal ones, because you see I got some decent 57s Ds in there too, and I try to keep those in the rolls. These are your typical brown ones, so I'll probably separate that out. Get 50, and put them in a tube, and I manually crimp them. You can get these crimpers on eBay. They're just manual. You can get these on Office Depot, Amazon, wherever I mean, they're all over the place. And then you crimp them. And then once I do that, I write what's on there. And there's another 51D wheat, and I store that. So these are all nice 1957Ds. And then I store them again. And I'll bring this back up. I then put all my wheat cents that are excess from that tube into here. Again, it's a recycled quarter box, so these are great. The banks actually have a lot of these. You just have to ask your bank, and if you got a good bank they got a good working relationship with, they'll give you a couple boxes of these. And I got like 2 boxes full. The second box is almost full of nothing but wheat cents. So then I just store it and keep it aside. And yeah, these are not the lightest things in the world, that's for sure. And I store them off kind of in a hidden place where people, don't know where they normally are. They're kind of hidden away, and that's how I do it. So that's how I store it. Like I said, this is the simplest way. Just buy a case of those, those BWC tubes. They don't cost that much. I think $30-$40 to get 100 of them. You get the Avery labels. You can start stacking just like that. Once I get to 50, I roll it up and write down what it is, and then from there I store it away. So that's how I do a wheat cents. Again, I store copper as well. Copper's the same way. When I do my penny roll searches, I keep the copper aside. Of course, as you know, I always search through them, but once I'm done with them, they go in the tube, and again, store them in those rolls the box rolls that you saw. When you do penny hunt searches, I'm averaging 20% copper, 80% zinc. So, you get a little base going, and after a while, once you do enough penny roll hunts, you get an extra box, and then I keep that extra box. I try to recycle as much as I can. Hey, save the earth. You don't need to throw these boxes away. I'm already throwing that paper away. I put it in the recycling bin, but you got all that paper too, so, you use these as well. So another thing I do is, I got my albums, as you saw in the earlier books. So there it is. I have one for Canada. These are just the classic Whitman albums, as you see. I can't get the fancier albums for the Canadian pennies. I don't know why they don't sell them, but as you see, that's my pennies from 1988 to 1920. Of course, my oldest is the 39. I don't have anything older than that. The book's filling up pretty fast. This is the newer one. This is 89 till I think to 2010, 2012 is when they stopped making the penny in Canada. So there's those albums. And then, of course, you've seen these before. These are the Whitman Classics. I prefer these because what's nice about them is, they show both sides. So I try to keep the best examples, and then I store them in here. Again, I keep anything I see BU or AU pennies, I actually set those aside well and wrap them up in these rolls and store them as well. I eventually will either sell them or give them away. You saw I done in my giveaways. So that's how I do that. So, all right. So the last thing I do is when I do find a find, when I see an error, variety, and all that, what I do there then is I put them in a 2x2 flip. So these are easy to get. You can get 2 types of flips. The flips you can get as, these are the normal paper flips. I like these because you can write on them. Then you can tell what they are. This is from one of my last searches from 4/16. Write the date, write what it is, and I also write what kind of variety it is. So I just put it in the flip there. I prefer these. These are kind of brand new. These are self-adhesive flips. If you're a coin collector, if you ever see these around, they'll staple them together and keep them there. Some people don't like these because they kind of come apart after a while, but I don't see a problem with it. I prefer these. These are like a lot cleaner than the ones with the staples, because I noticed when they did the staples, they always would catch and all that and scratch, and I didn't care for that. I prefer doing it this way. Like I said, these are some of my finds I found over the penny hunts. 1969, FS 901. That was the no FG. I date when I find it and keep it in the flip here. Now, if I get enough of these, then maybe I will. You can buy, album holders for this and put these in there, and you got a little album of it as well. I might do that. Right now I'm just stacking them just like this for now. I don't have that much. I only have maybe about 20 or so because I'm sort of just starting. So that's how I do it. Those are the ways I store my pennies. I either store it through those tubes. Once the tubes are full, I store them in those boxes. I put the boxes away, hide them because, man, they're heavy bricks. If someone wants to steal that, man, they're going to have to work out to get those. But I store them in a secret place where you can't see them. It's now not in public view, that's for sure. So that's how I do my stuff. That's how I stack my wheat pennies. That's how I stack my copper. That's how I stack my albums for my good coins, and any heirs of varieties I put in these flips. So thank you for watching. I appreciate all your questions. Keep them coming. I'd be glad to answer as much as I can for my knowledge that I have, which might not be much, but I want to help a lot of people out in the community as well. So they ask these questions, I'm willing to answer them. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, leave that comment, subscribe to my channel. Be doing a lot more coin hunts, be doing much more baseball and hockey breaks and all that. I love doing it. You guys love watching it. I appreciate your comments. It means a lot to me. And thank you for watching. Retro Robbie saying, collect what you love.